Years ago, this is what schools made you do to keep fit and healthy. Fast forward to the present day, there are people who think of the worst excuses.
So many better things to do than exercise.
Can't be bothered, they don't feel like it, or they'll do it tomorrow. And then they blame it on genetics, when they haven't tried hard enough. These people don't put in the work, and wonder why they aren't attractive. Maybe this is you. Maybe you want to change. If you're a teenager or a young man, and you want an aesthetic body, then this is your full guide on how to achieve that. There are timestamps in the description of this video if you want to skip ahead, but I highly recommend you listen to this whole guide if you want to build that body that you always dreamed of and improve your physical health along with your mental health. Mindset is the most important aspect on how to stay focused on your self-improvement journey. Obviously, going to the gym once and expecting muscle growth and a six-pack is just never going to happen. You are not going to wake up the next morning with a bodybuilder physique. Instead, you will have aching muscles because you haven't worked out properly. You need to focus your mind on your own self-improvement. You know that you will have to eat well and put in the work and the hours to achieve self-improvement. You must be prepared to do the necessary things and eat the right stuff. Putting in the work and not giving in. That is the right mindset to have. Remind yourself on what you want to achieve. Look at where you started. Look how far you have come. You may have a slower muscle growth than the people around you. Or, maybe, they were at a better starting position than you. But if you try hard enough, harder than them, then you will achieve greatness. They might be bigger and stronger, but you put in more effort. That is the key. If you can, when you can, always eat with your family. It's difficult for teenagers and young men to control what they eat at home. If your parents give you healthy options for lunch and dinner, then try to keep this up. Maybe add more protein, such as egg, and especially meat. If your family eats not so healthy food, then try to talk to them about it. Try your best to say that you do not like the food that they serve or get delivered because it is unhealthy. If your family gets, let's say, McDonald's burger for dinner, there is no harm in halving that. Even if you are skinny or do not look at yourself and think you are overweight, this might still be of use to you if you want to help your friend or someone close to you. If you want that aesthetic body and you are someone who needs to lose weight, this is going to take time. This does not mean eating salads every day. It means going into a calorie deficit. This means that you are taking in less calories than you burn. For example, if you ate 2,000 calories in a day and burned 2,100, that is a calorie deficit. Your body usually burns the calories that you eat, but if you burn more than that, then it starts to burn the fat stored in your body. To burn calories, the obvious way would be going out on runs, cycling, or going on the cardio machines at the gym. I'm not saying stop that, because they are the optimum ways to burn calories, but I'd go and lift weights, build muscle, because this is your prime opportunity to do so. Going back to the mindset, if you do not see an improvement, then keep trying, or review what you eat and do. If you are building muscle while losing weight, it's going to be difficult to track your weight loss due to muscle mass being increased. Getting an electric scale with a setting to tell you your body fat percentage is a better way to see. Going from skinny to muscular and getting that aesthetic body is different from fat to muscular. In some ways, it's the opposite. If you haven't heard of bulking before, then now is the time to know about it. Every skinny teenager should start a bulk as soon as they can. Teen years going into your 20s is the prime time. Instead of burning more calories than you consume, you're meant to intentionally consume more calories than your body needs for a set period. These extra calories provide your body with the necessary fuel to boost muscle size and strength when working out. I highly recommend that you eat as much protein as you physically can. This includes all meat, egg, and there are protein supplements which you can get online or on the high street. Protein helps muscle growth and repair, so working out while eating enough protein a day is going to increase muscle growth. "100 grams of porridge oats delivers about 10 grams of protein. I do not cook my porridge oats, instead I have a layer of shreddies on the top. Shreddies and most cereal by themselves is not a good breakfast, although it is advertised to be good for you. Things like porridge or egg will be better." Then I sprinkle chopped dried apricots on the top, partly to make it less boring, but it means I'm also getting fibre. When I am home, I like to cook myself scrambled eggs. I have 3 eggs, which is about 18 grams of protein, on 2 slices of toast. I make sure whatever meal I'm having that it has meat with it. I make as much food as I can and try to eat as much as I can. If there is leftovers and it has a good amount of protein, then it can be reheated, re-eaten, or remade into something new. So you finally got to that age where you can get a gym membership, or have finally built up that courage. But you walk in and are confused by all the machines and the odd moves that the middle-aged men are doing. Most people you see in the gym aren't new to the environment around them, and they have seen people like you go in and don't come back for months. You are different though. You're going to stay. In most gyms, there are instructors whose job it is to make sure that you are using the machines efficiently and safely. So if there is something you are confused about, or a machine that looks scary, go and ask them or another gym member. Make sure if you ask, they are not in the middle of a set. Most gyms have a membership option for you to buy, which is much cheaper than paying as you are going. However, my advice would to be pay for each session individually until you feel comfortable at that gym. Working out at home or in a park is very different from in a gym. Getting a pair of dumbbells for home is a really good idea. If you are bored from watching my YouTube videos, then you can just pick them up and start curling them. If you want a full workout, then there are guides on YouTube and clips on Instagram. These all show how to do the exercise efficiently and safely. If you think for a moment, where is the nearest pull-up bar? There are loads of parks where pull-up bars have been placed, and if you can't think of one, then there is usually somewhere which you can make one, like a tree, or a goalpost. You can get pull-up bars online, which hang from your door frame, which you can take down afterwards. If you don't know where to start, then try doing as many press-ups as you can in one day, and then try to beat that the next day, and then the next. Then you can start doing other exercises. Make sure you train everything. Do not skip leg day. Training legs is not just for girls. Building a defined upper leg and a strong calf are some of the most aesthetic parts of a man. Doing ab workout is important, although there are not many machines to do so. There are machines and weights for arms, chests, and shoulders, which will give you those broad shoulders and thick arms. This would need a whole video in itself, but here are the basics. Reversibility is the term used to describe what happens if you miss a day in the gym. You reverse what you gained. There is a phrase, here today, gone tomorrow, which means that the muscle you trained yesterday is stronger today, but if you do not train that muscle today, then it will be weaker tomorrow. Progressive overload is a very good way in which you could build more muscle. With what weight you train this week, add 1.5 kilograms to that next week. You need to make the muscle you are working work harder than it is used to. This is a very good way in which you can increase muscle mass and size, becoming stronger.